Zambia's new interim president has made a televised address to call for calm and unity. Guy Scott was appointed after the death of President Michael Sata in a London hospital. Announcing a period of national mourning, Mr. Scott, who'd been Mr. Sata's deputy, said Zambians would miss their beloved president and comrade. President Sata's passing was announced on Zambian state-run television on Wednesday morning. His death has come just days after Zambia celebrated the 50th anniversary of its independence. The BBC's Chakuchana Harawa looks back at his life.
When somebody says you are unable to edit.
Michael Sata was born in 1937 in Impika, in what was then known as Northern Rhodesia. A devout Catholic, he worked as a police officer, railwayman, and trade unionist during British colonial rule.
I don't care how long it
A gravely voiced politician, Mr. Sata rose to political prominence in the 1980s. He quickly earned a reputation as the hardest working governor while in charge of Lusaka province and as a populist man of action. But he was also known for his authoritarian tendencies.
Have you seen all this?
He had an abrasive manner and a sharp tongue, which earned him the nickname King Cobra.
Look, this cheap plastic, have you seen this? This can be made in Zambia.
Politically ambitious, Sata set his sights on the president's office.
I therefore declare Michael Sata to be duly elected as the President of the Republic of Zambia.
He won the seat in September 2011. It was his fourth attempt. He replaced Rupia Banda and his party, which had held power for 20 years. When he first came to office, it appeared that he would tackle corruption and create jobs and prosperity. However, in the intervening years, his term in office was marred by a crackdown on political opposition and a decline in the economy. Mr. Sata is the second Zambian president to have died in office.
Shela Katwishi is a Zambian journalist and blogger and joins me now from the BBC newsroom. So thank you very much for being with us. You knew President Sata well. What was your relationship like? And just tell us about your time with him.
My relationship with President Sata was a relationship where it was cordial. He was a man who was very frank. At face value, he's a kind of person where it's either you like him or you hate him. But most importantly, he was a very frank person. And he was a person who was very caring. And he also loved the poorest of the poor. And it is for this reason that he never gave up the fight against corruption, the fight of wanting to be in office for 10 years in the opposition.
Did you like him?
Yes, I did.
How do you think Zambia is going to now deal with the news of his passing?
Pretty much mixed feelings. Obviously, as Zambia being a Christian nation, the Zambians are saddened, a little bit shocked in the sense that they would have expected to be told of what is happening, so that, as you know, Zambia is a Christian nation, so that the whole nation could gather together and start praying for him to recover, as it were.
So are you saying the fact that that was missing means that perhaps there wasn't an opportunity for people to gather together in a way that might mark his passing in a way that was befitting for the president?
Exactly so, because yes, they did meet once upon a time, but it was only for a short time of period. I mean, the Bible is very clear. It says, where one or two more are gathered, there his presence is. And so you find that church leaders were praying, but not as an entire nation in its entirety. If the whole nation was praying together, if they were told exactly what is happening with the president, I think that today the president would be alive.
As is always the case with a time like this, people will begin to reflect on his presidency, his time in office. For you, how would you sum it up?
His time in office, obviously, first of all, it came a little bit later than expected, because as age was catching up, the steam was also, slowing down the pace. I would have loved that he would have attained the position of presidency maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But don't forget, he had lieutenants around him who were young and youthful, who were advising him, who drove the country to where it was. And most importantly, he had his best friend as his right-hand person, Guy Scott, who is currently taken over the realms to lead it to the transitional period as we mourn the passing of the president. So, in summing it up, I think he's the kind of person who, he did what he did best. He died on duty, he soldiered on, and he died as a soldier. And that's the way we shall remember him.
Chela Katwishi, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.